I like to keep myself to myself, keeping my thoughts on a really high shelf. There are things in my life I'd rather not share. If I tell you these things, you'd really not care. If you took your time and spoke to me, you'd hear some stories, I guarantee. They're not all about films, footy and lasses, or Grimsby and being adored by their masses. There are some things I really tell about that time I went through hell. It was 2010, this year was a mare. I started that year in a wheelchair, in an accident saving a mate, leaving my body in a terrible state. But this isn't the story I'm telling, I must confess. There is something more important I'd rather express. This story involves my younger brother. So annoying, a brother like any other. In his final year at school, class clown, the joker, the fool. Straight in there with the banter, being all loud. Who were we to know? He'd got in with the wrong crowd. When coming home, what I dreaded the most were the coppers round, the silly twat has overdosed. This was the year my brother died. Getting home, being told, I cried. The driver of the car he was in made a crap decision. The drugged up tosser was speeding, it ended with collision. At school this boy was always excluded. Why was Josh his mate? I think deluded. So this is me, being blunt, telling you the story of a stupid cunt. He was always a risk taker, especially in the car. He liked to burn rubber. His mates thought it was funny, it was cool. When he gave him a lift, he played the fool. Driving with no hands, smoking dope, shutting his eyes and being a joke. Thinking he was Evel Knievel, did he know he'd caused this upheaval? He raced around the area, flying over hills. Didn't he realise this kind of driving kills? Your passengers screamed with joy and excitement. You forgot they were kids, you were the adult. They banged their heads on the car roof and laughed themselves silly. The truth? Every time they got in that car, they risked their lives. Sounds bad, but it's true. One day, August 21st, you were driving to Brig from Scunny. Did your usual stunts and crashed into a lorry, killing 2 people, injuring 2 more. You escaped with but bruises. They call that sod's law. How is that fair? The police came round and nicked you for a driving offence. The prosecution in place. You've no defence. A 72-month jail sentence. Lives lost and families shattered. These were the things that really mattered. It's all your fault. You really can't excuse it. He knows he was the one that revved it. I know he's punishing himself, having trouble sleeping. There's lonely nights in prison, laid in bed and weeping. Maybe it's the only way you'd learn and see sense, but it's too late for if only. This story's past tense.